asset-rich Americans are controlling over 50% of the GDP, and they have left the working class out of all of that prosperity that was generated. That manufacturing is still being done. It's just being done in other countries. It is still
for wages we will not work for.
That's exactly right. You're right, Bill. That's what the tariffs are for. They are to make American workers more competitive in the global market.
This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com, ladies and gentlemen, I got three things to tell you. The first thing is that we have a 60% off sale right now. All you have to do is go to the sales section. All of your favorite items are there. When you add it to the cart, it will automatically apply the discount code. And I want to tell you about the tumblers that we just released. First time I was doing the tumblers, we laser etch them right here in-house. And also, you got to get some kahuna, right? This is, my wife literally carried this in her purse. I tell you guys about this all the time. Tons of people are buying it. And if you don't know which one to get, just start with the kahuna. Okay, start with the kahuna. And this is from the Spice and Tea Exchange in Prescott, Arizona. So if you're in Prescott, go buy. You can buy it in person. Tell them I sent you. But if not, get the kahuna online right now. All you got to do is go and click on it. $15 for this is a no-brainer. We literally use it on everything. Eggs, steak, you name it. We sprinkling this kahuna on it. So get you some today. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to get notifications. Anytime I go live, make a video, y'all already know what that do. Every now and again, some of our favorites take a dump, right? They start out really good. They say a lot of good, positive things. But for some reason, Stephen A. Smith is the same. I like Stephen A. Smith, but sometimes he revert back to his old ways. They backslide. Same thing with Bill Maher. They revert back to their old ways. But this time, you can't revert back when you bring somebody on your show that know what it is, all right? Let's pull it up. Roll the film.
Okay, so just like I said, we don't have time to f around. I gotta go right at you because, you know, I've known you for a while, and when I first read you, you were a conservative Republican, but not crazy. Like I read you in where? Newsweek, Time Magazine? And I'm not saying you're crazy now, but you went from just a conservative, leaning right to a Trump supporter. Okay, someplace I would never go. And
I mean, the night is young, Bill.
It is not ever going to be that young. And I'm just wondering what you think now. We're approaching 2 months in. I mean, you must have a feeling in your gut. Look me in the eye and tell me you don't. That this is really going badly, and I shouldn't have thrown my lot in with this team.
Oh, no, I feel the opposite.
All right.
Hold on, before she speaks, let me give a caveat. I think she won the debate or won this argument against Bill. However, some of the stuff she said, I don't agree with. Like her talking about Trump and some of the things that he did and that it's a good thing that he did this and that. And some of that stuff I don't agree with. Just putting it out there, roll the clip.
I'm so sorry, Bill.
No, tell me why.
No, I feel so proud of, I mean, I was never a Republican or a conservative. I was a leftist, and I am still a leftist. I'm just a MAGA leftist now because...
That makes no sense.
Well, would you like me to explain it to you?
Please do, yes, please.
When I look at what President Trump ran on and the agenda that he's enacting right now, he took a Republican Party that was built on social conservatism, foreign interventions and wars, and free trade and free markets. And he basically took an axe to all of those. During the campaign, he said, look, I mean, he's pretty pro-gay. That's pretty obvious. He appointed the highest-ranking out gay person, Scott Bessent, our Secretary of Treasury, which is incredible. And he sidelined the pro-life wing of his party.
He has changed the party, for sure.
Okay, so he believes abortion should be legal for 12 weeks.
But free trade, you mentioned.
On foreign intervention, he's anti-war. He's trying to bring to an end to all of these wars, okay?
By surrendering, but yes.
Okay.
I mean, that is one way to end a war.
Hold on. Yeah. So you don't fight a war for 25 years. So it's called a ceasefire. Roll the clip.
Well, you know, he's on the other side of another party that is quite pro-war and wants to keep the war going, right?
So let me just get to
the third point. And the third point is, and he's not free trade. He does not believe in free trade. He looked at our destroyed manufacturing base. He looked at the downwardly mobile working class. He looked at the fact that working class Americans can no longer afford the American dream. And he looked at why that was, which was there was a handshake agreement between both parties that we should somehow have free trade, which resulted in shipping 5 million good manufacturing jobs overseas to build up China and Mexico.
And some came here.
No, what they did was they brought in millions and millions of illegal migrants to compete with the jobs that remained here. And what Donald Trump said was, we have to stop selling out the working class. That agenda that he laid out, socially moderate, anti-war, and anti-free trade protectionist, that is a leftist
Sam, I will bring you in, I swear to God.
Hold on. I don't agree with her concept of not being in favor of free trade. He's being in favor of free and fair trade, which means that in cases where free trade is applicable, he still abides by and he still supports. But then there's some places where we're getting taken advantage of by free trade. So he's trying to even the playing field. That's pretty much it. I think she's right about them outsourcing our workers and then importing, really they import a new voter class. That's pretty much what they're doing, a voter base. They're not doing it because they really need to do it. They're not doing it because it helped America. They're doing it because they need millions and millions of people to somehow get amnesty at some point, and then they could take over the country forever. Thank God it didn't work. Roll the clip.
I want to answer the question about manufacturing in the 70s.
Oh, I don't blame you. I'll go back to that, too.
So the reason people want to go back to the 70s is in the 70s, the largest share of our GDP was in the middle class. And that was not separate from the fact that 25% of our economy was in manufacturing.
Right, the largest share of our GDP
was in the middle class, the biggest chunk, the middle class,
most
people
of
who were
what was
middle
produced
income.
came from the middle, and now it comes from what? The rich.
Now the top 20% controls over 50% of the GDP. Our economy was an upward funnel of wealth, and the largest share, which used to be in manufacturing, which gave a lot of working class people a middle class standard of living, now the largest share is in real estate and finance, meaning that asset-rich Americans are controlling over 50% of the GDP, and they have left the working class out of all of that prosperity that was generated. That manufacturing is still being done. It's just being done in other countries. It is still
for wages we will not work for.
That's exactly right. You're right, Bill. That's what the tariffs are for. They are to make American workers more competitive in the global market. Why are we accepting that there should be a race to the bottom? You know, China, what is its competitive advantage over us? It's that it pays slave wages. Why should we accept that? They're still manufacturing our PPE, our pharmaceuticals, our cars. They're making all that stuff. Trump says there are 5 industries that we cannot have any kind of national security without having a stake in them. Pharmaceuticals, lumber, steel, aluminum, and I forget what the 5th one was. But these are really important that we have a stake in the manufacturing of the things that we need as a nation so that when China decides that it wants to go to war against us, we're not relying on them for steel and aluminum in order to fight them.
Okay, well, at least that's an answer.
Boom. You get somebody that got common sense, these people don't know how to react to it. 100%. Like, I don't understand why people are saying tariffs are wrong, tariffs are wrong, tariffs are wrong. Tariffs are being used as a negotiating tool, and in many cases they're working. But there's going to be a little bit of setback in the market because it will cause market volatility because it's uncertainty in the market. And this happens. Are people not smart enough to realize that if you had your money in the market for 20 years, it's averaging probably 10% gains year over year? Like, what are we even saying? It's going to go up unless you day trading, unless you trading month by month. But if you keep your money in for the long haul, it's going to ebb and flow. That's what the market does. But at the end of the day, the market will correct itself. I don't know how people don't understand that at this point. And I'm not even a financial advisor. I just know if you keep your money in the market for the last 20 years, you have done really well. And if you kept your money in the market, I think for the last 50 years, if you kept it in the market, at some point, you're going to be above where you were. I don't know about 50 years ago. I can at least say 30 years. You're going to be above where you were. So the market has volatility now. Okay, we get it. It's going to recover. We've seen it recover now. We've seen the market. The last time I looked, I think the Dow was up 500 points. I mean, we've seen it increase. We've seen it go up, which was like 1% or something like that. So what are we talking about? Donald Trump knows what he's doing. I had an argument on campus about the same thing. Donald Trump knows what he's doing. In order to make a clear judgment of where Donald Trump should be, what he should be doing, how it's going to turn out, you have to give it some time. They've been in office for 50 days or something. Like you got to give it a little bit of time for the market to correct itself, for some of these tariffs in the negotiations to come to fruition. He clearly is saying, you don't do this, we're going to do this. Okay, see what they do. Oh, they didn't do what you thought they were going to do? Oh, they acquiesced it. Okay, we can pause on the tariffs. Oh, we can lower the tariffs. Oh, we want to meet the tariff. Whatever you tariff us, we'll tariff you. Oh, they changed the tariff. Okay, then we can bring our number down. Oh, it didn't work out for us. We can bring our number down. It's a negotiation. I don't understand why people think that Donald Trump should just let it just happen. At some point, you got to trigger some tactical negotiation for our country and be willing to take a stand on something that you can always change it up. It ain't like Donald Trump said, this is the tariffs. We're going to keep the tariffs no matter what for the next 400 years. It's like, no, he's trying to see where they're at. He's trying to see how their people react. And many of them, I think, will react the way he wants them to react. And it's a net win for America. Stock market goes up. Inflation goes down. The price of goods go down. We're winning again. And as soon as that happens, which I believe it will happen because it's already trending in that direction, the Democrats are going to hate him. And they're going to act like it didn't happen. They're going to act like it's Obama's fault or it's Biden's fault or it's just ebbs and flows. Then they're going to have to throw a pandemic out there or else Donald Trump is going to be successful like he was last time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you tell me what you think about the video. Comment in the comment section. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the Scottsdale area or if you want to travel to Scottsdale, Arizona, I want to see you here at the event that we're going to have on April the 1st. Me and Pastor Alan Jackson. It's going to be an absolute treat. We're going to be at a private residence. We're going to have hors d'oeuvres served. You can also just attend the event, which is going to be a speech, a Q&A. We'll have some time to mingle. Or you can access the VIP dinner, which is before the event. We'll have an exclusive, small, intimate dinner. It's going to be catered by the chef from the Ends. My friend Tommy owns that restaurant. It's absolutely probably one of the best restaurants in the state of Arizona by far. So you'll have an incredible time spending time with your boy B. Tatum and Pastor Alan Jackson. It's going to be an amazing event in Arizona during that time. The weather is absolutely beautiful. I want to see you there. So get tickets today. Link will be in the description section. I hope to see you there.